Hello, my food mood friends. Welcome, Chandra Zas, Zen Odyssey, food and mood, body mind, coaching in a bathtub. I wanted to switch it up, and I think being in new places and novelty, all of our brains like it. So I'm sitting in my bathtub that my little one often takes a bath in. You can see some of her favorite toys here. And I wanted to talk about ingredients.
Welcome! Here is your hostess and coach, Chandra Zas, helping people make food and mood changes doable without missing out. Go ahead, high five that like button, subscribe and share while you're there.
So she has been asking for bubble baths, which totally reasonable kid thing to do, 100%. And I think it's really useful to share with you my perspective on bubble bath and the ingredients in bubble baths. So the way that I like to think about gut health is that it's a full body experience. It's what we're putting inside of our body, and it's also what we're putting on our body. And so when a lot of bubble baths have a lot of gnarly chemicals that I would never eat, right? So I like to think about what I put on my skin is something that I would eat, because I like to think of our skin as an absorbing organ, which it is, and that I am intaking those chemicals or oils or ingredients that are in whatever skin products I'm using. Also shampoo and conditioner, it also runs down our body. Also the chlorine or the chemicals inside of our bathing water or our bath water or the swimming pool. I like to try to use bromine pools because chlorine, this can be like a really big topic, but I really like to consider and think about what am I putting on my skin and how much am I putting on my skin and what is my body particularly sensitive to, is my daughter's body particularly sensitive to. We do swim in chlorine pools once in a while. I prefer salt pools, but it happens. I prefer hot springs. That's my number one thing. And for bubble baths, it's like, of course she wants to enjoy a really fun bubble bath. Who doesn't love a good bubble bath? But I don't really want her sitting and absorbing a bunch of yucky chemicals, because I'm thinking about, like, one of the ways I really like to think about our health is that, like, there's a bathtub. Ironically, I'm in a bathtub, and we all have a bathtub inside of us, and it fills up with toxins. And the idea is that our body is able to detox regularly and output. And that's the idea of, like, the toxins come into the bathtub and our body detoxes and lets them out. But when our bathtub overflows with toxins, then that's when we start to have skin eruptions and eczema, and we start to have health issues. And so the idea is to keep the toxins low by, one, like, decreasing the amount of toxins that we intake, whether it's in our food, in our air, on our skin, and then also keeping our detox pathways open to keep our toxins moving out. That's kind of like the ideal system.
Hello, my friend. How are you? I'm in the Dead Sea, floating in the water. Go ahead and like and share and follow so we can keep in touch.
So I like to prevent as much as I can. It's not possible to do it 100%, but as much as I can prevent how many toxins go into her body. And so she's been asking very kindly, and so I got on Amazon, and I have no affiliation with this brand. I literally searched, natural chemical-free bubble bath, I believe is what I searched. And then I just looked at the first few items that popped up. And this one, they say it's bubble pods, watermelon flavor, True Kid, the best natural bubble bath ever. No mess or waste, plant-based, pH balanced. Kids' skin needs love too. And so I looked at the ingredients, and I love that it's only a few ingredients. If you look at a lot of other bubble bath ingredients, it's got a lot more and a lot of really long words that I don't even know what they are. This one is pure saccharin officinarum, aka cane sugar, lathanol LAL powder, cornstarch, watermelon extract. So it's very simple. I recognize most of it. So I will admit that I did not do extensive research. I often will have my husband, because he has more of has more of a science brain. So I'll often ask him what he thinks about the chemicals. This one I did, and I was like, this looks good. And I have to say that part of the instructions are that you hold it's like a little pod that has like, it's like in disintegrative wrapping. You hold it underneath the water, and then in order to really get it bubbling, you then agitate the water. So you kind of like go back and forth. And so I'm putting my arms in the water, and I'm agitating, and I have to say my skin feels really good. It doesn't feel like irritated, or it doesn't feel dry, or it doesn't feel like I'm like, ooh, I need to wash this off. It feels actually like really nourishing. It doesn't feel disruptive to my skin microbiome. She's loving the bubble baths. It's actually more bubbly than I imagined it would be. It's great. She's totally enjoying it. It feels good on my skin. And I'm really happy to find a solution for her to have fun, but that doesn't put toxins in her body. It's something that I think we all need to consider more for our health, is like, how do we decrease the toxins that we're putting in our body? And also, of course, the other half of that is like, get our toxins moving out. So I just wanted to give you more of my gut health brain, that it's not just the food that we're eating or not eating. It's also what we're exposing ourselves air-wise, water-wise, bath-wise, skincare products-wise. And there are alternatives. We're in a really lucky time. I think we're really fortunate that there are so many alternatives that we can search Amazon. It's wow, what an amazing tool to just say, look, I'm looking for this, and then here are the options. It's really amazing. So there are ways. One of my big things is like, it's not about restriction or willpower or deprivation or missing out. I don't want my daughter to miss out on bubble baths. But then how do I ask the right questions and find the products that are good for her health, that support her, and still fun? Because it's not about missing out. I have to make a plug for my recipes. I did a lot of recipe development last year, exactly on this same line of like wanting her to have fun with food. And so I developed a cookie recipe and a chocolate recipe and a flour-free tahini bread recipe. She also loves the pesto. The pesto is one of my favorite recipes. One of my new clients, she's just raving crazy about the bone broth recipe. So go check out my recipes. One of my dear friends called me a food snob, and she calls me it because of the quality of food, the quality of ingredients. So it really matters what is in our food. What matters that it's nourishing us, and it matters that it's hopefully adding minimally to our toxins, to our bath getting overflowed. So this is the topic for this week, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and thank you for your time and attention, and I'll see you soon.